There's nothing more exciting than watching fights on a Saturday afternoon while making a couple of bucks. And my favorite way to make a couple of extra bucks while watching those fights on a Saturday afternoon is Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is daily fantasy. It's an app on your phone. It's a website. You come in here, you say higher or lower than any of the numbers you see on the screen. You put a few of them together and you can make some very real money. Not only is it a ton of fun, it's also wildly flexible and they will give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do to get that free money is go to wewantpicks.com/underdog, use promo code WWP. Once you use that promo code, there's all sorts of different offers. Last week, the offer was play a $5 entry. We'll give you $100. Check it all out now. Get the free money. wewantpicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. Full disclosure, I discovered on Saturday while watching UFC 320, my buddy Casey came over and he was using Underdog and he said, hey, do you ever do these? And I forget what it was called, but during the event, you can build a ladder. You can just continue to add lines, and then get like a $900 payout off a $1 entry. And that's what we were doing. We were throwing $1 at it. We would pick a fight, like the first fight we were watching. We do the strike lines. Then you pick the next fight, and then you pick the next one, and it gives you cash out options along the way. It was actually a ton of fun. I forget what the hell it's called, so this is the worst advertisement for it ever. But during your events, you can build a ladder. Casey ended up cashing out at $500. I would have cashed out at $100, but mine kept breaking before then. But either way, sign up for Underdog. What really separates them from the rest of the pack is A, how flexible it is, B, how many options they have, and C, just how creative they are getting in this space. They're not just falling into that same old trap as everybody else. Check them out now. wewantpicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP and you can qualify for that free money. Let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to focus on UFC Rio, but you can see across the top here, all sorts of sports, a whole bunch of different disc golf. This is a new one. Jesus Christ. They've got, if you know anything about disc golf, go ahead and exploit those lines. I know about fights, so we're going to talk about these. Let's take a look. Right off the rip, I like Charles Oliveira's higher on the significant strike line, but I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave it off. He's coming off a bad knockout. He's fighting a nonstop wrestler, but to land 32 significant strikes in a 25-minute fight seems like a pretty reasonable line. We're going to leave that alone. We've got some more that I'm confident in, including Divas and Figueiredo's takedowns, 1.5. That should not be a problem. While Montel Jackson is technically a high-level wrestler, he gets taken down a lot. Divas and Figueiredo gets a lot of takedowns. In his last fight, he took down Corey Sandhagen before his knee was blown out. Obviously, Corey took him down as well, but I don't need Divas in the Fig to win this fight. I don't care if he gets taken down. I just need him to get 2 takedowns, and this line hits. If we work our way down, I also like Jafo Filo. 19.5 strikes. We're going to do higher on him. I like Jafo Filo to slug it out. I think both of these guys are mirror images of each other. I think this is a very competitive matchup, and I think they're going to get after it. I think we get a full 15-minute fight. There's definitely going to be a lot of grappling exchanges. While 19.5 seems very low, that's actually not a number Jafo has gotten past very often, but I think stylistically in this matchup, it's going to force him to strike a little more than he normally does, so I do think he gets past that number. I also like Vitor Vitorino's strike line. I think he's going to get after it as well. This is not a fight where he's just going to come in here, immediately find a finish. Thomas Peterson's pretty tough. Thomas Peterson can take his beating, and Vitor Vitorino doesn't fight with an insane sense of urgency. So I would not be surprised if this goes a little long, if he lands a bunch of strikes along the way. So I like the 29.5 significant strikes on him. And what I also like about Underdog is you can have the same fight. 2 different fighters in the ssame fight, and we're going to do lower on 1.5 takedowns for Thomas Peterson, and they juice that line for us as well, an extra 10%. I don't think Thomas Peterson's going to be taking down Vitor over and over and over. Maybe he gets one in there, but I think Vitor controls the striking. I think Vitor gets his own takedown. I don't see Thomas Peterson getting 2 takedowns here. He's a part-time fighter, full-time mechanic. I think Thomas Peterson has a decent showing because he's very tough, but I don't see him winning this fight. I don't see him getting a bunch of takedowns. We don't have a lot of lines to work with here. They're going to slow roll them, but this is what I've got going on. Here's the entry. Let's take a look. We have the higher on Jafo Filo's strike line. We have the lower on Thomas Peterson's takedowns. We have the higher on Vitor Vitorino's significant strikes, and we have Divas and Figueiredo's higher as well. I like this entry. If you like it, great. Tag along. If you don't, it doesn't matter. Get your free money and build your own. WeWantPicks.com/underdog. Promo code WWW.